Hey guys, it's Hunter. Welcome back to another video. Today we're checking out a guitar from Cort. Now Cort is interesting because it's actually a factory house brand. And in fact, if you're at all familiar with import guitars, you've probably played or at the very least seen guitars made at a Cort facility. This particular one is a G300 Pro and it's one of their better spec models. And you know what? There's a reason Cort is contracted by some of the most trusted brands on the planet. This is a great guitar, and what's more, given the specs, great value for money. Let's take a closer look. Alright, so let's quickly test this out, get some quick and dirty first impressions. For tone right now, I'm running straight into the Neural DSP SLO 100 plugin. One, it's convenient, and two, I know a lot of you are going to want to hear what this sounds like in the context of a more affordable rig, rather than through like a $4,000 tube head. Oh yeah, and three, I actually really enjoy the sound of this plugin. I guess that's a little important too. First thing I'm noticing, the neck is really good. Roasted maple, hence the nice dark color. You know, like a lot of cheap roasted maple necks, they feel really dry. Not this one, and the fretwork feels really good too. Yeah, I mean, this neck is awesome. The JB, I had one in my Epiphone G400 for a while because I heard it was supposed to be the best. Never really fell in love with it, but it did sit really well in the mix. So, Cort may have sent this to someone else first, because I'm noticing a lot of scratches in the finish, and there's also a chip near the end of the fingerboard. The only reason I bring it up is because the poly finish is really reflective, so it'll probably show up in the B-roll. And I know you guys are really detail-oriented, so before the comment section gets absolutely blown up, let's just nip that in the bud. It's not indicative of quality coming out of the factory, it's just demo unit things. They're village bicycles. They get around. Gotta say, I'm really digging the fingerboard inlays. The abalone on roasted maple looks sick. Body's just doesn't sound right tuned up, does it? I mean, yeah, I don't really know what to say here. It's got that current generation modern super strat feel, and I should have done my research before turning the camera on. Like, I don't know exactly what the price tag is, but I'm sure it is very competitive compared to the normal suspects in this category. Yeah, like, literally, this is exactly what I thought it was going to be like. That's not to say I'm not impressed, but what I mean is I've played similarly spec guitars, and this feels very similar to play. But like, a big thing that Cort has going for it is that it's the house brand of the factory that probably makes some of those, so the price is very competitive. And by competitive, I mean better. So what we're gonna do now, let's hop into a full produced demo track, see what it sounds like in that context. Then I'll meet you back here for some raw tone samples and some final thoughts. Let's jump into it. So just a few final thoughts. This is a great guitar. Just straight up. If you're into the whole current generation of the modern Super Strat thing, by which I mean, like in the 80s, it was all about the Floyd Rose. Nowadays, it's the roasted maple necks and 2-point trems. This is a great option. At $749 US, the G300 Pro is more affordable than either the AZ Premiums or the Roasted Maple Charvel DK24s and kind of combines the best features of both. You're getting the ultra durable and smooth stainless steel frets, which the Charvels don't have, and you're getting the compound 12 to 16 inch fingerboard radius that's comfortable for chording on the lower frets and excellent for shredding on the higher frets, which the Ibanez are missing. Lumen Leg glow-in-the-dark side dots, which I'm always a fan of. Like, those were legit a priority feature on my signature model. They look really cool, and they're very useful in low-light situations. It's got the spoke wheel truss rod adjustment system as well. Again, a very useful feature, very easy to get to for adjustments. The Seymour Duncan pickups, I mean, that's another great thing to have on the spec sheet. Personally, like, it seems like I'm one of the only guitarists on the planet that doesn't like the JB. It sounds kind of ice-picky for my taste, but in terms of a safe choice, it seems universally loved across the spectrum for all sorts of genres. It's been a key tone factor on so many legendary albums. So, my apparently whack opinion on the JB aside, objectively, I don't think they could have gone with a better choice than a JB Jazz combo. And the way that it's wired up with the 5-way for inner and outer coil splits, that gets you a ton of versatility out of the two humbuckers. So, spec-wise, it's awesome. The neck is crazy good, too. They've got the shape listed as an Ergo V profile. I would not have guessed it was a V shape before looking it up. For the most part, it feels more like a standard modern C, though once I actually really looked for it, it is more rounded at the lower frets and flatter at the higher frets, kind of like the compound fingerboard radius, and probably for the same purpose. The fretwork is well done. I mean, roasted maple and stainless steel is such a comfortable combo for the left hand. So, all that is great. Really, there was only one playability negative I experienced with this guitar, and that was with the bridge. Now, the unit itself feels solid. You know, it's got some mass behind it for excellent sustain, combined with the Tusk nut from the Nutmasters, Graphtec, and the locking machine heads. Tuning stability was a non-issue. But, like, these stainless steel saddles are really f***ing sharp. They haven't bothered around them at all. Don't know what's up with that. It's not painful, but it's not exactly comfortable for palm mutes either. As in, it's fairly uncomfortable and fairly distracting. But let's be clear, it does not ruin the entire guitar. Like, in general, I had a lot of fun playing this thing. Cort's taken their extensive experience in building these next-generation modern Super Strats to deliver a solid player at a very reasonable price for what you're getting. A lot of bang for buck with this G300 Pro, and you'll love to see that. So if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit the like button. Of course, these are just my opinions, and I would love to know what you're thinking down in the comments. Subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. That helps drive the channel up in the recommendations. All hail the YouTube algorithm. Thanks to Cort for sending this guitar for us to check out together and for sponsoring the video, and to Luke for killing the demo mix. Social media, merch, and Discord server links are in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. You've been awesome, and I'll see you for the next video.